Welcome back to the dumbest bill in America. We have with us, of course, Delegate Brian Chisholm. Welcome back, Brian.
Good to be here.
Podcast listeners, this is a good one. We're calling this Gender Bender. Gender Bender. House Bill 1589 by Delegate Martinez allows you to change your birth certificate pretty much any time that you want to. Whether it's a child that wants to transition or just believes that they are the opposite sex, they get to change their birth certificate with the parents going to court and changing it for them. Or an adult, Brian. They get to change their birth certificate as well. For any reason or for no reason. No questions asked. Brian, what do you think about this?
Isn't this a challenge to the Hippocratic Oath, though? When you have a medical doctor that obviously goes through 4-year university, then goes to med school, then does all his residency, and they say, hey, if they have twigs and berries, they're boys, and if they don't, they're girls. And if they have XX, they're
twigs and berries.
Yes, and X and Y, and then all of a sudden, 10 years later, somebody comes out and says, well, no, it's however they feel. It's got nothing to do with biology. It's got nothing to do with your medical degree. It's got nothing to do with anything you research. It's got nothing to do with 5,000 years of biological facts, but you must change the birth certificate. This is dangerous and crazy.
So House Bill 1589, again, by Delegate Martinez in the state of Maryland, allows you to change your birth certificate at any time. But the thing is, Brian, they're even doing it for children. And that's what they want to do. And look, the police officers throughout Maryland have said for years, this is a very bad idea, right? They're saying when someone commits a crime, and let's face it, during the past 24 months, we've seen a lot of men who believe they're women commit crimes for a whole variety of reasons, including the murder of a number of folks. We're not even going to go into that. But let's just say, how do you find them if the wrong sex is on their... So what do the police say? Oh, this is an all persons alert. Look for a guy because that's what we have. We have his name. And meanwhile, it's actually someone that fully transitioned and actually, they look like a woman. I mean, what could go wrong? Everything, right? I mean, I'm sorry, but go ahead, Brian. You explain this.
Well, if you want to stay on the children's, I was thinking about this when you were just talking about it. In Baltimore City, we have a huge juvenile crime problem, correct?
Yes. It's terrible.
So you have, let's say a boy has, beat somebody down and they've got, evidence on him and they say, this guy beat somebody or murdered somebody. And then he says, Mom and Dad, I need you to change my birth certificate. Yes. And by law, you have to change the birth certificate. Now we have police looking for somebody that's been identified, but he's changed his identity completely, And it's like, well, how are you going to get this guy when his name is completely changed? And by all legal documents, we're talking about MVA, we're talking about birth certificate, we're talking about their ID. They now are a different person because they said, Mom and Dad, I want to be a different person.
And by the way, that's not far off, podcast listeners. That's exactly what this bill is partially about. It's about doing all these things that make it impossible to have a civilized... Look, I mean, how about terrorism, Brian? How about terrorism? The Biden administration had all these people come across the border who mean us ill. I mean, they could, when they come to Maryland, for any reason or for no reason, especially as adults, just change their birth certificate. And no questions asked.
And the bottom line, this is going to create even a bigger, problem for parents, because the parents that say, no, we know who you were born either male or female. You're our child. We were there. We helped do it. And then the kid's going to say, no, I'm going to force you to change my birth certificate. And then you know who's going to show up next, Mark? Who always shows up next? The lawyers show up next. And then we have parents in a legal battle over what is biological fact and what their kid says they want to be. Right. And I think we do go back to the crime part. There are so much nefarious actions that could take place from changing, and there's no limit on this, right? You could go back and forth.
Oh yeah, you can totally go back and forth as many times as you want. And the thing also, Brian, is the Democrats have not addressed important issues of the day like electricity prices, car registration fees, property taxes, the cost of living and affordability. And this is what they're focused on. It just shows you how unserious they are as a party. And go ahead, final say on this.
They have been hell-bent for the last 45 days, however long we've been down here, on making sure we protect the illegals.
Yes.
We've done nothing about the crime problem in the state of Maryland.
Truth.
They should be thankful that the Bongino Cash Patel group came in and cleaned up Baltimore City, cleaned up a lot of our state. But, all we want to do now is continue to let people change sex, let as many illegals in. I mean, it is crazy to me, the people that they want to protect. And it's obvious. They don't even shy away from it anymore. It's just, we are here to protect the people that do the most damage in society, and that's a scary place to be.
And that's the dumbest bill in America, House Bill 1589, Gender Bender.
We'll
see you next time.
You must have quit.
See you next time.